everyone, and welcome back to the ESL Mobile Open. I'm your host, Paul, and Verum Toddkill here with another week of mobile esports action. But of course, I can't do this alone. Glitter Explosion, of course, is back, as always, joining me here to help break down all the action.
Yes, I'm very happy to be here back with you yet again, because last week we had some phenomenal mobile esports, and then this week we're continuing that trend.
Absolutely. And it's a huge program, not just here in North America, but around the world. An opportunity for you at home to compete in mobile esports, open to everyone. That's why we call it the Mobile Open. If you were someone who's like, man, at some point, I would love to play in a tournament. I'd like to try competition. I maybe want to get some friends together, form a team. This is the opportunity for you to do just that. There's a lot going on this year. Let's take a look at how it all works.
Welcome to ESL Mobile, the home of mobile esports. ESL Mobile is a global program designed to give you an opportunity to compete in your favorite mobile games, featuring multiple game titles, taking place in 3 regions, and offering 2 levels of competition. There's something here for everyone. ESL Mobile Open is the gateway to competitive play, free to join and open to any resident of our supported regions. This is the best way for you to enjoy the thrill of victory and take your shot at winning cash prizes. Each season of Mobile Open will consist of 2 ladders, and the top competitors from each will qualify for the Mobile Open play-ins. ESL Mobile Challenge is your path to glory. If you are a top competitor in the Mobile Open play-ins, you will earn a spot in the Mobile Challenge season. The top team from each ladder will skip the play-ins and qualify directly for the Mobile Challenge season. This is where you'll have the chance to compete against the best players in your region. At the end of each season, top Mobile Challenge players will compete in the Mobile Challenge Finals to determine a winner and be crowned their region's champion. ESL Mobile is for everyone. This is your opportunity to join a diverse and growing community of players across the world and see just how far you can go.
All right, now that you guys know how everything works, let's talk to you a little bit about the show. And Verum and I are your hosts, so we're going to be guiding you through all of the amazing action that has happened in the ESL Mobile Open the week prior, because we have so much to catch you guys up on. And this week, we're actually starting things off just a little bit different here in Verum. And we get to kick everything off with Asphalt 9.
Yes, we do. Because, of course, yesterday we had our ladder finals. Thousands of competitors have raced week over week over week, all to make it here, to make it into that top 4. Yogg Saron up there at the top. No big surprise. No stranger to this competition here on the iOS platform. And again, just the way it all worked out, these players, this is what it get. Marv, what's Marv doing up there? He was casting. He can't be competing. That's not how that works, Glitter.
You know what? He had to keep himself fresh on the game, okay? And if you guys are wondering how we got to those standings, you can see the bracket here. It was a single elimination. We had Pear going up against Yogg Saron, who makes it all the way through to the finals. Then we had Nerd Rides Bikes against the J. The J moves forward. Yogg Saron drops down. He does pull out 3rd place, but then it is down to Para and the J to go head-to-head, and the J comes out on top with the win for our iOS bracket. And that is a name that we have been talking about the entire season.
Oh, absolutely. And we'll get a chance to watch back some of those races because the J looked incredible. Over on Android, though, again, more names that we're super familiar with here in our top 8. Pickle up there at the top. Diesel Dragon making that return, but other names we're familiar with here, like Joker and Proud Papa. And as we take a look at how the final bracket unfolded there on Android, Pickle was able to take down Danover. Proud Papa back once again, took down Diesel Dragon. And Diesel Dragon looked so strong all season long, Glitter. I think it was definitely that momentum that allowed Papa to continue through and take down Pickle for that 1st place spot.
That's insane. Because if you think about it, like that leaderboard coming in to this, Proud Papa had to go all the way from 8th to pulling out the entire thing here in the finals. Like, how fantastic job on behalf of everybody involved. But like you were saying, in Verum, we get a chance to kind of take a look back at the highlights from some of those moments. First, we're going to be checking in with the final series between the J versus Para, obviously our iOS bracket, and we're going to be going through highlights from every single round. The first one obviously going to be going the way of the J here, but I mean, he has just been a solid racer, like I had said earlier, the entire season.
I mean, now that you said it, I can't unhear. I mean, I feel like the J needs to write like a book about how to be great at Asphalt, the way of the J, because he was just incredible. I mean, we've seen a bunch of different techniques, even going off of that final ramp there at the end. And the J, you know, somebody having talked to him was all about get ahead and then play safe. Get ahead early, play consistent, you know, because there's so many additional layers of stress when things like maybe like that happen where you don't take the route you're trying to. And you've got to adapt, you've got to adjust. So if you can build enough of that cushion in ahead that you don't have to worry, because look at Para is going so fast, but look at the J on the screen. He's already off on the horizon because of that early lead he was able to build up, and he kept his stress levels low. That definitely had a huge impact over the course of this series.
And we talked about that throughout the entire season, like just his style of racing. It was so aggressive. So, you know, that makes a lot of sense that, you know, we heard him say, get out ahead and then just kind of try to maintain that, because that's exactly what his race style felt like.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Like, and again, it's so interesting because, you know, he's a very relaxed guy. He's really chill, and you see him racing in the time trials. He's pulling off every speed trick in the book. And now it's like, well, it's not exactly the case. Over on the other side, though, Proud Papa continuing to step up against Pickle. That was a 3-0 in the last one, and Proud Papa looking to repeat it here. A little bit of a closer race, but again, it just seems like these top players, once they get out ahead, once you give up that early lead, they just do absolutely nothing to allow you to take it back.
Yeah, it's really, really hard to recover. And to be fair, Pickle is another name that we have been following all season. Had a few weeks where they were out in that first place spot. Like I said, on the leaderboard coming into this, Proud Papa was down there in 8th. So we have to give a lot of props to both players in this scenario, because I mean, Pickle was at the top of the leaderboards. Papa had to make a huge comeback from the bottom of those leaderboards. So this was just yet again phenomenal competition.
Yeah, and like I said, 3-0, 3-0. I mean, that is a clean sweep. Both players came in, they had a game plan, they executed it, they knew the car, they knew the tracks, and that's exactly what you love to see. Absolutely fantastic. And look, if you didn't catch the finals live, hey, what are you doing? Maybe it's because you weren't following us over on social media. Maybe that was, I think that might, you know, you can correct !social in the chat and make sure that you're staying up to date with all the things we're doing here, not just for Asphalt 9, but all of our different game titles, of which there are a few, and we still have to talk about them. So we're going to head to a short break. When we come back, it's all about Clash of Clans. We'll see you in a few.
ESL Mobile Open. I'm Glitter Explosion.
And I'm Inverum.
And we just wrapped up all of our Asphalt 9 action, and we're moving on into Clash of Clans this week because week over week in Verum, we have seen new strategies. So there's constantly something to talk about that is happening within the community. So I'm always excited to see how these kind of turn out.
100%. Every single week, it's the look on Eric's face when we cut to him and he's like, I've got more strats. It's no real surprise, though, when you look at the caliber of teams that are playing here in this competition. Up there at the top, angry at not already being qualified, of course. It's Space Station Gaming and their sister team, TSG Boomers, or Train Station Gaming, our Challenge Season 1 champions, up there with Golden X. Coruscant, though, a team that we weren't super familiar with, made an appearance last week up there, actually still over Lost Meta Gaming, but really, Glitter, this top 5 fundamentally hasn't changed since last week. These teams are determined to make it to our play-ins.
Oh, absolutely. But even on the second page here, there's so many names that we've recognized. I mean, Hydrogen, 5v5 speed dating, we talked about them last week. Swamp Donkeys, we've always loved them. Yep. Even down there at the bottom, we called about last week, Pet My Yak. People are battling for these positions on this leaderboard right now.
Swamp Donkeys and Pet My Yak. Oh boy, we love that open competition. And we love seeing these teams up there at the top continue to perform as well. Of course, it's Goreticus coming in, one of these names. If you've been watching, I think, competitive Clash for a long time, you've definitely seen this guy attack going up against 5v5 speed dating, another one of our hilariously titled teams. But SSG, again, Glitter, I touched on it before. They're one of these teams that have incredibly high expectations on them because they are one of the only salaried teams in North America.
Yeah, and I completely agree with you. I think they've got a little bit of something to prove after not qualifying through in the first half of the season in our first ladder. So this time around, I mean, you saw the point lead that they have right now with that first place position. They're not letting anything slip past them. I mean, they went up against 5v5 speed dating in some of our highlights last week. Were able to pull down the win there as well. They are making sure that every single T is crossed, their I's are dotted, because they are determined to get in with the second ladder.
And I think another team that you could chalk up in a pretty similar position is Golden X, and maybe not as much pressure on them, but this is still one of the biggest, most established competitive clan families in the game. Golden X has been competing in some shape or form since literally Season 1. This team, again, or this clan, has been around for years, and they are looking to make their appearance in the ESL Mobile Challenge. Of course, to do that, they've got to qualify for the play-ins, which is what this is all about. But, well, it's great that we've got some teams, some names that you know. It's also great to bring in some names that we're less familiar with. Coruscant has to be that one up there in the top 5, above Lost Meta, Glitter. That's a statement.
Yeah, and honestly, shout out to the name, first of all. It's epic. But this is why we love the Mobile Open so much. We've said it time and time again. If you want to come here and make a name for yourself, this is the perfect arena to do so. You're going up against the best of the best, but also that's just the perfect proving grounds for these squads. I mean, Coruscant looking so strong here, going up against Cosmic Regime, who we've seen before.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, the fact that once again, and we saw this in even just in the first ladder, once again, we've got some new names stepping up to the plate. It's just massive for this team.
100%. And I love it's the combination of old and new, and just, and I could not have said it better, Glitter. This idea that it's like you're trying to get your name out there. You're trying to establish yourself not only as a top team, but as individual players. What better way to do that than high stakes situations up against great teams? And that's what we're seeing here with a team like Coruscant, because Cosmic Regime, we've seen them around for quite a while. So it's really exciting to see what this team can do. And I mean, if they continue on this trend, they're definitely a squad that we're going to be seeing in the play-ins. And I cannot wait to see that at that point. Just like I can't wait to see, I don't know, maybe some content, some breakdowns here from the one and only Clash with Eric. So let's send it over to him and see what he thought about the gameplay last week.
Hey, thanks guys. It's good to be back, and we got some crazy attacks for you this week. We have a lot of lightning and a lot of Valkyries. Let's go check it out. You guys are in for a treat today. We have an absolute stellar lineup of highlight attacks here from week 6 of the open ladder play. Now, this attack from Old McDonald of 5v5 speed dating used 10 lightning, 17 sneaky goblins, a Sui hero, and a Lalo. So this is a 4-phase attack. Keep an eye on that clock. He has to open up with lightning so he doesn't have any misses there with the lightning because they have to be placed in perfect spots there to hit all the defenses across the middle of the base there. Unfortunately, one of the builder huts was able to save itself there as it starts repairing itself as soon as it's hit, and it doesn't always go down. So then he trims out all the collectors across the top of the base there, sends in a couple sneaky goblins to go and hit that storage on the inside, triggers all the traps around the town hall, and then he can go snipe it off. So time is ticking away here, and he's got a lot of attack left. Phase 2 almost complete here as the wave of sneaky goblins come in there after the last tester, makes him invisible, and then he can get ready for his heroes to come in. But he wants to wait till that town hall goes down so he's not taking excessive damage to his heroes. He also got the CC pull out of that, so now he needs to fight that CC. He pulls it off to the top corner here, using the queen and an ice golem with the king to draw it up to the corner there, poisons up these super minions, and then starts his hero entry towards the multi-inferno over on the side. He also wants to wrap all the way around and get the eagle artillery, so he needs the king to pass by, starts to trim it out on the far corner there as the queen reaches over the wall there, moving a little bit slower than the king. He wall breaks all the way down at the eagle artillery, and then after the king passes through and makes sure everything on the outside is clear, then he wall breaks for the queen to go into the base here. Really good accuracy and timing there to make sure everything flowed together there. Popped his king ability into the Tesla farm and then joins him with the royal champion. Now that clock is still ticking away here, and he's got to do a really fast lalo, and he can't really wait at this point much longer, because if he waits, then the Lalo might not have time to finish off the base, so he has to run it in parallel. Now notice the Stone Slammer coming out right before the balloons move into the scatter shot range there. Also, the Hound was tanking to help support the heroes there, so they were able to get a little bit of additional support there. He quickly gets his way into the enemy queen there, using the ward ability to protect the headhunters as they sneak in there and take her out. Now the headhunters have to cross the whole base here, and the royal champion is on the back side. Also notice that the angle of that top hound that came in from the area above the scatter shot, so instead of going directly over and going inside the minimum range, it went to the side of it, so it ended up not losing the targeting there of the scatter shot and making so that it could target the balloons right away there. And then he just had to get this enemy royal champion down. The electric owl was working on that. The royal champion ends up killing his warden, but the electric owl does the job, takes the enemy royal champion down, and then it's just cleanup from here. A little bit risky there with the royal champion on the backside, but everything else was absolutely perfectly executed, and this is the highlight attack that we wanted to see. But we got one better than this. We got Valkyries coming up next. So check it out, guys. 20 sneaky goblins, mass Valkyries, 12 of them, with golems and bats, 7 bat spells and 2 freezes. And this attack is an absolute masterpiece and 100% the highlight attack of the week. So he starts in with a couple sneak goblins to go trim the collectors on the outside of the base there, a couple more to go inside of the base there and take out the storages, and then more will need to go after the town hall. And then that's not all he's doing with the sneak goblins. He has additional ones, and we'll see what he does with those in just a moment, but he has to go in and test for traps first, and then he sends in a wave of sneaky goblins. This is time consuming. It is a lot of troop space there to invest into taking the town hall down, but it does free up the siege machine, which if you're using a log launcher, then you have less spells that you're going to need in the case of jumps to free up to go use in the bat. So then he starts sending sneak goblins across the top of the base there, any that were left over to help clear the collectors up there, reinforces that with 2 yetis and 2 wizards there to form the funnel, and then drives in the heroes, the golems, and then the log launcher to all push together across the top of the base here. A couple of headhunters come down as well, and then the Valkyries come in right after, all together here to push into that eagle artillery quadrant and then move across to the core of the base here. Now he pops the ward ability as he engages the multi-inferno and starts to fight the CC, but the log launcher actually working right next to where the other troops are coming in, sends those logs and always has that potential to launch off some headhunters, which is a nice bonus. His queen ends up walking on him, but it actually ends up doing a little bit of a favor here because the royal champion was able to save her ability for just a little bit longer as the queen assisted to work her way through the Teslas and the archer tower that popped over on that left side. Now that made so the royal champion was able to hold on to her ability just a little bit longer, and she was able to pop it to reach a little bit deeper into the base there than she maybe would have got otherwise. But while that was going on, The rest of the troops with the Valkyrie survived all the way into the core of the base there, pushed through the Town Hall compartment, took out the Wizard Tower in that compartment, and then they all moved into the backside of the base together here. The bats swarming through. He can freeze the scatter shot and the Wizard Tower together. Huge bat swarm from 7 bats, and he easily sweeps the backside. No contest. But look at this, guys. He has 2 freezes that he can swag in the middle. He has a swag queen ability. He's got extra minions. He's got headhunters. This was a slaughter. This was a masterpiece, and I can't wait to see more of this team in the future. There's a bunch of bats there right at the end there too, a red bomb, but not a problem, guys. Absolutely amazing attack here from Today Is Good. These types of off-meta attacks get me super hyped up, and I can't wait to see more out of these teams. But I'm going to send it back to you, Glitter and Verum, and I'll see you guys later.
Okay, I mean, I said it. I should have anticipated that that's what was going to happen. But once again, Eric is flummoxed by the off-meta and the new strategies.
I don't think any of us would have predicted Valkyries. I think I said this during the video. I think I saw like Valkyries would come out of blimps back in like season 1 and 2, maybe like in 2019. I don't think I've seen an attack at this level use them that effectively in a long time. But the bats again making this appearance, so great stuff, Glitter. You love to see it. And look, if you want to do a crazy off-meta attack and get triple, and get Eric to cover it on his show and have us covered here on our show, exclamation point sign up. Still time to go sign up, get involved in the open ladder, throw your hat in the ring, see if you can make it to our play-in, that $18,000 first place prize over in the ESL Mobile Challenge. I can hear it. It's calling your name. So go be sure to check that out. Just like you're going to check out the Brawl Stars content we've got coming up next. We'll be back in a few.
Welcome back to the ESL Mobile Open. I'm Glitter Explosion.
And I'm in Verum.
And it is time to continue on with the show for today. But before we do, as always, we're going to give you guys a little reminder about AnyKey, okay? We're trying to get you to sign our GLHF pledge. If you want to check out some more information, you can head on over to AnyKey.org. It's an amazing cause promoting inclusivity and diversity in gaming and esports. And Verum and I have signed the pledge, so you guys should do the same, okay? But as always, we've got a quick video that will explain it just a little bit more for you guys to check out, so let's take a look.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Over 1 million people have taken the pledge so far. You get an exclusive badge over on Twitch, so I highly recommend that you go check that out. As we said, we both signed the pledge, and it's definitely a good cause, so I recommend AnyKey.org. But let's get back to the action here for Brawl Stars this week. We want to do something a little bit different. So what we wanted to do is deep dive. Got Ash Brawl Stars on the line to take a look at what exactly makes some of these top teams so great, the profile on Tribe Gaming. So let's go take a look at that.
What's up, guys? I'm Ash, and welcome back to another week of the ESL Mobile Open. This week, I'm going to be covering the team I believe is the best in North America. The team I think is going to win the fall season of the ESL Mobile Open, and that team is Tribe Gaming. They're just so good, and today we're going to look over one of their games. We're going to analyze it and figure out what makes these guys so good. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's begin. Alright guys, so check out this matchup between Tribe Gaming and Revenge Tour. Already we have some key plays. Check out this, guys. We're gonna restart right from the get-go. Look at Tyrant. He's a squeak. He knows there's a surge on the opposing team. So what's Tyrant gonna do? He's gonna stay away from the surge being a squeak. So he's gonna move to the right side. And then Zulan knows that Tyrant wants that lane. So Zulan's gonna switch over to the left so he can then match up against the surge. And it's one of the things that makes Tribe so good is the matchup advantages, knowing which advantage you have on which lane. So now as you can see, Tyrant having an easy time against the Sandy on his side. Jigsaw's gonna teleport through the wall. Zulan utilizing this wall, but at the same time, I want you guys to pay attention to what Second does here. You can see Second, he's the bell right here. He notices that teleport, so that instantly he makes a reactive play, shoots at Jigsaw, and that is a big play, guys. It really weakens Jigsaw, and what that means is it's gonna now give Zulan the advantage in terms of health, forcing Jigsaw back and allowing Zulan to now plant his gadget, guys, that bomb, to destroy this wall. And what makes it such an imperative play is with this wall down, check out all the open area. All this open area for Griff and Bell. Especially considering the surge is still at stage 1. He's not going to be able to deal with the range advantage of Griff and Bell in the open area. Now this is another huge play by both Zulan and Second. You guys seeing the surge's position? What Zulan can do right here is he can constantly shoot on the left side. Second can shoot from the mid, and this way they can trap Jigsaw hiding behind this wall. If you're Jigsaw, you're in a terrible position because you're gonna get double teamed and you're gonna get trapped by both Second and Zulan. And as you can see, both of them utilizing that trap, taking Jigsaw out. And this is what I call the grace period, guys. In 6 seconds, Jigsaw is not going to be able to play. It's going to take him 6 seconds to respawn back, giving Tribe an opportunity to push forward or even score, right? Having a 3v2. So check out what Second does. He's gonna quickly grab the ball, keep it up forward. Zulan's gonna lose his matchup on the left side, but Second, being very aggressive, takes out the Sandy and super kicks it just in time during that grace period, the 6-second grace period, giving them a 1-0 lead. You can, a lot of people would say, hey, Zulan died on the left side, but that was the plan. He utilized himself. He basically used himself as a decoy against Alec right here. As you can see, as we reverse back, right here. Zulan using himself as a decoy so that Second can make that push forward without Alec being able to assist, and then Second be able to score. Big plays, just so clever, just so well executed by Tribe. And now again, remember the best part, this area is all open, which is just perfect for Bell and Griff to take advantage of. And on the right side, look at what Second is doing. This is what makes Second one of the best mid players I've ever seen, guys. He's always assisting his teammates. He sees Tyrants being pushed back by Sandy, so what does Second do? He's gonna go in and help his teammate out because he's such an awesome teammate, right? So Second's gonna keep pushing Raz back and then also help Zulan now. So check this out. Now he's helping Zulan win his matchup against the Jigsaw, double teaming the Surge. Wins the matchup against Alec. He's gonna push it forward to Tyrant. Jigsaw's gonna try to stop that, but incapable of doing so, as Zulan is just gonna walk that in. Just so good gameplay. Let's reverse back right here. Just look at this. This is how you win. This is what makes Tribe so good. Their chemistry. As we reverse back right here, you can see Second again right here at the mid area. You see Jigsaw in the middle. Zulan's gonna shoot at Jigsaw, Second's gonna shoot at Jigsaw. This double team forces Jigsaw to either retreat, giving Tribe control, or, you know, Tribe can get the kill, get the 3v2, and then again try to score with the grace period, right? That's 6 seconds when someone dies. So just amazing teamwork overall by Tribe. Just so impressed by them. I don't think they've made any errors in this match. Look at this, just so well executed. I'm sorry, I just can't stop praising Tribe Gaming. They're just too good. You gotta agree with me, right? Hope you guys enjoyed it though and learned a lot from this. It was a lot of fun. And again, thank you so much for watching. Tune in until next week. Now let's head back to the desk.
I mean, not only was that entertaining, but that was a fantastic breakdown. I mean, that was a great way to learn about professional competitive level Brawl Stars stuff. If you're trying to make your way into the scene, if this is something that you want to do, that was the perfect way to get your foot in the door.
100%, because it's so rare that we actually get to see like true deep dives into an entire match. And I just love that like the big brain plays start 2 seconds into the game. See your opponent's comp, see your comp. Instantly, the communication was, they didn't even hesitate. They were already assigning their favorable lane matchups. So they came in because they had a favorable comp advantage as well in the execution. And the addition of Second to that team, him playing that like anchor mid, just looks so good. I mean, look, the team that can take down Tribe right now, I mean, that's who I'm looking out for, because they're definitely looking pretty scary. I mean, wait, well, maybe it's you. Maybe it's you at home. Maybe you and your friends of the team who are going to come in and upset this apple cart. If you think you have what it takes, maybe not necessarily play up against Tribe Gaming, but just to compete at all. If you want to get some experience on the competitive side of Brawl Stars, I highly recommend go checking out the competition. It's open to everyone, so go do so. !social, learn all about it. !sign up as well if you want to get involved in that competition. So that means we're getting near the end of our day, Glitter. I think we have some PUBG Mobile coming up next, which means we need to head to a short break. When we come back, Zute has some more action for us. Can't wait.
Welcome back to the ESL Mobile Open. I'm Glitter Explosion.
And I'm in Verum.
And it is time for our final game of the day, which of course means we get to deep dive some PUBG Mobile.
Oh, yes, indeed. PUBG Mobile back at it again with some names that we know. And as always, a couple new ones here. Extreme Ice making an appearance in that second place spot. Sailing Pro is back with a pretty solid series of points there. But again, a lot of the ones we're familiar with. Nameless is back for Peace, All Stars. So again,
Some
great
shakeups though.
Yeah, I mean, don't see Nova Esports up there at the top.
Yeah.
Don't see them in the top 16. Maybe they took a break. maybe they're chilling this. I don't know.
To be fair though, PUBG Mobile is one of those leaderboards that does this to us all the time. We're constantly seeing new teams up here in our top 16. We saw it in our first ladder. I mean, it's just, there are always new squads forming. First of all, I'm a big fan of Teletubbies up there. Did you see the Teletubbies? Because
I did.
We're gonna have to see how they did.
We do indeed. So we have clips from the day 1, 2, and 3 leaders. That's how we did it this week, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Starting things off with V for Vendetta, who are our day 1 leaders. And with shots like that, I can see why from Pain. Let's see if he can keep it up, though, as we're seeing ourselves in a final circle situation. A 4v2. They should have this on lock, though, Glitter, but if they're showing us this clip, it means maybe things are happening.
Just an educated guess, and that is an unfortunate frag right there. Did not make it through the window, so he's gonna try to wrap around, see if he can maybe confirm a knock here and there, get some more points on the board, but in the process he gets outgunned, and that is the least ideal situation.
I mean, his name is Pain, and I'm in a little bit after watching that nade and subsequent outgun, but I think the rest of the team is still here. They're going to be able to get the revive. Oh, and the wrap shots to get it done.
That was rough.
Could have been a little bit better. But again, they still had a pretty consistent day, and they still were able to get the chicken dinner. And the end results are what matters here as we're jumping on board with Teletubbies. Oh, hello. Oh, Poe.
I think, slight misspelling on the name, but we're gonna call him Poe for now because I'm pretty sure that was the intention. You see Tinky Winky ahead with a different angle, trying to see if they can get some damage on. They're doing very, very well for themselves here. And I will point out that they did start off that entire clip with getting their Molly successfully through the doorway.
Look, sometimes it comes down to those basics, doing these things well and doing anything well. Or maybe it's everything well. It's Nova Esports back here. Maybe they just showed up on day number 3, decided to put on a bit of a clinic, as you can see, Kyon Yu is just, the way he uses the terrain. You have no chance to fight back against that.
I mean, it's one of those things where every time we get a clip of Nova, we are expecting to see something impressive, right? Right now, you can kind of just see Nova is making light work of pretty much every team that is in their vicinity. They're making pushes here up on people with no fear. It is a little bit reckless, and you will see some of them get knocked as a result of it, but it doesn't matter. Even when they're knocked right now, it does not matter for them.
I think the big thing here is they're just looking to put up big numbers, which means they're going to play with, I said, reckless abandon. And, as we can see in this game from the last POV, they're running in like an angry swarm, but they're looking for these trades. They don't care. They will do what needs to be done to get the win. And in that case, do it with style, as they cleared that game with 20 kills.
I'm sorry, what?
20 kills on that chicken dinner. And again, they're going to go in. They're going to play aggressive because they're going to take those trades and they're going to make them positive every time. The fact they're able to, they had no helmets at the end. It doesn't even matter.
My God.
That's a lot. That's a lot of
That's
kills.
a lot.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Dang.
I mean, there's a reason that they were our ladder 1 champions. There was a reason that they did it with back-to-back chicken dinners to end the day. It's because we know they've got some skills. They've got some skills. But look, if you want to have skills like Nova Esports, it won't happen overnight. But a coach, some lessons sometimes do end up helping. So we got Zute to teach you some essential skills here in PUBG Mobile. Let's take a look.
Hey, Paul and Glitter, great to be back for week number 2. After last week's lesson on how to take close range fights, I've been seeing a noticeable improvement from the teams in their hot drops. And if you missed out on last week's lesson, you can head over to my YouTube channel where I have the full-length video where I go even more in depth. But without further ado, let's head into today's Focus Breakdown. For this week's Focus Breakdown, we will be covering one of the most deadly, but also most misunderstood roles within PUBG Mobile, the flanker. Now, the flanker is not a role that is set for a team, but usually a role that presents itself depending on the fight scenario. There are three main factors to establishing a good flanker: information on the enemy's positioning, map knowledge of the terrain and angles, and most importantly, patience. For today, we will take a look at flanking in two different fights, each with a unique situation. The mid-fight off-angle flank. The mid-fight flank is one of the most common flanks to occur in PUBG Mobile. Your team is engaged with the enemy team in a head-on fight. Neither team can really take the advantage. As the fight draws out, more information is gained on the enemy's positioning, and your team establishes more awareness of the terrain and angles. All of a sudden, an opportunity presents itself: the flank. This flank is fast, and even if the enemy sees it coming, they often do not have enough time to readjust the defense. With this flank, the fight opens up, and the aggressing team is the victor. Now, before we move on to the next fight, it's time for a pop quiz. What are the three main factors to establishing a good flank? And the correct answer is C. The pre-fight flank. The pre-fight flank is one of the harder flanks to execute. Patience is key to the pre-fight flank. Your team is not fully engaged with the enemy, and the enemy's positioning is not 100% known. Meanwhile, the enemy team is adjusting their formation, assuming your team is all located towards one general direction. Little do they know, a flanker is in their midst before the first engagement even broke out. This flanker must be careful. He is completely off by himself without support from his teammates. This flanker must move slowly and get clear information on the enemy's positioning, or he could risk giving himself up and put the team at a great disadvantage. Because the enemy is unaware of this flanker, the flanker can take his time to make sure he hits a crucial knock when he makes his move. With the team knowing a flank is coming, they held down their defense, stalled for time, and passed on crucial information needed for the flanker to make their move successfully. Well, that does it for today's Focus Breakdown. I hope you guys learned something. And Paul and Glitter, you better watch out. Someone just might be flanking you.
I honestly thought the answer was D. I guess I was wrong, but I felt good about it at the time. I'm not going to lie.
I respect your decision on that. Yeah, come on, Zute. I feel like, no, it was definitely, look, this is actually really good content, though. Like, I'm somebody who will go for the flank and won't be patient enough, like, won't communicate with my team well enough. I'm going for it, guys, and be like, Paul, and then I may get a knock, but I will certainly get traded, and less ideal, less optimal in that situation. But again, played correctly with the right setup, with the right execution, with the right communication, oof, a good flank can make or break your game of PUBG Mobile. So definitely go check out Zute. And actually, everybody, all of our amazing content creators, all of our correspondents, go check out their YouTube channels as well. They're all making great stuff that you need to see. And we saw a lot of stuff today, Glitter. A lot of great gameplay. What was sort of one of your favorite moments for the day?
Honestly, I think favorite moment is actually going to have to be Zute's breakdown this week, because like you were saying, that I think that's a moment where in the moment, if you were one of those players, it is so easy to make the wrong call like 5 different ways. That's why there was a multiple choice, all of which seemed like valid answers and options that I could absolutely see players taking, potentially thinking it's right when it might not be your best call. I think that he's bringing a lot to the show. When I talked about the educational side of things that Ash was doing, Zute's doing the exact same thing. I mean, teaching players how to just get that little bit better. That could be the leg up over somebody on those leaderboards. We saw how much they're changing for PUBG Mobile.
100%. I mean, across any of our games too, having these deep dives, like what's Tribe doing? What are these top PUBG Mobile teams doing? Can help, up your game as well if you want to go toe to toe with them. For me, if we talked about slow and patient and concise or PUBG Mobile, I'm also the Asphalt content from yesterday. Ooh, so good. Okay. Got to talk about that ladder finals as well. And of course, if you want to make sure that you don't miss any of it, any of the games that we're talking about here, !social in the chat will get you the links there so you can follow along with everything we're doing here for ESL Mobile. And of course, if you haven't signed up yet, get a squad together, even if it's just for fun, a couple of friends on an evening, relax, get some games in, chill, hang out. Great opportunity to do so here. And hey, maybe win some games or win some prize money in the process. But that's it for us this week. Ladder 2 is well underway. I cannot wait to see what the players are up to next week, which means it's time for us to say goodbye. For myself and Verum, Glitter, the rest of the crew, we'll see you next time.
Feel the light, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark. No fear, getting ready for the ride. Yeah, stepping into the light. No limit, aim high. No limit, the prize is mine.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. All we know is ball to empty out the mouths. The chosen one they call, I take my fan with me. Know about it if you tell, know you're breaking codes. What your credibility and all fall like dominoes. Can you really take a stance? All I wanna know. Need me real ones when it's time to go. Stepping in, elevator, deuces to all the haters. That's all we know when we level up. Yeah, that's all we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up. I found out I'm not alone, 'cause I'm just like you. There's no failing when we fight. We're not afraid to. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up. Feel the light, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark. No fear, getting ready for the ride. Yeah, stepping into the light. No limit, aim high. No limit, the prize is mine.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. All we know is ball to empty out the mouths. The chosen one they call, I take my fan with me. Know about it if you tell, know you're breaking codes. What your credibility and all fall like dominoes. Can you really take a stance? All I wanna know. Need me real ones when it's time to go. Stepping in, elevator, deuces to all the haters. That's all we know when we level up.